El que luche. Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
thought you
handle
meant
it.
I'm gonna fight, and I was like, woohoo! I'm gonna do it. Sente por hermano. I suck so bad. Wait, how do you say hello?
Hola.
Wait, hola. I used to work with a Brazilian when I made pizzas. His name was Gab. Fun fact. 2017 was my last year. And I don't know, I loved school. So I kind of was like, I thought that I wanted to go to university and keep studying. But at the same time, I had released a couple of like covers onto SoundCloud just for like my mates and stuff. Yeah. And then that's what got me in contact with my now producer and my manager, because they reached out to me and were like, why don't we get you in the studio? So I was doing my last year of school, so lots of exams, playing water polo, and then like doing like studio sessions as much as I could, which was not a lot of, I didn't have a lot of time to do it, but I made like 2 songs that I really was like, okay, I can release these, and that was Tough Guy and Wishful Thinking. So those were like the 2 first songs that I made that I was gonna put out. And I don't know, I ended up going to university at the start of 2018, and then I dropped out because I had kind of released Tough Guy, and I just felt like it was a little bit distracting, and I kind of knew that I wanted to like try to pursue music and even just like give it a shot and take a little risk. So that's exactly what I did. I actually quite like being at home, to be honest, and I think that like doing music, I think like I've set up a studio in my room. I don't know, I feel like it's like kind of good for me, because I mean I was really sad when I had to like postpone the tours and stuff, but like at the same time I get to kind of make music and everything's kind of slowed down, and I feel like it's good for some creatives because they can kind of just keep doing, which is cool. I think that like in terms of like the kind of genre, I feel like what I like to do is kind of blend, because I like the idea of kind of creating like a fresh sound, like this kind of new wave of people, I think is what you were kind of saying, of like musicians who are kind of all making like a kind of blend that is creating like a new kind of sound. So that's definitely something that I like to do. But like in terms of like the kind of feelings that I kind of, you know, put out in my songs, I feel like I like to write about like everything, and like, I don't know, I like to kind of take inspiration from like dreams and like fears and kind of all around and make it quite weird, so that you can kind of create this like very kind of random weird song, but still have like elements that people can relate to. You kind of feel me? Well, I think that like possibly the reason why I think so many people are connecting to Supalonely right now is because everyone is in isolation and they're feeling lonely. So I think I'd probably pick that, because it's kind of like, it kind of like adds a light to the fact that people are lonely, because it's like upbeat. So people are like, ha ha ha, we're all lonely. But then if like, I don't know, I feel like if you wanted to be like sad and lonely, then like maybe Blue, that's also on my EP. And that's kind of like slow and like chill, but that's usually the kind of like, I usually listen to kind of slow and chiller music when I'm like alone.
But
It's too hard.
Both dancer.
Me too. Dude, I can't do it. It's too difficult. It requires too many moves. I'm like,
Yes.
like I was saying that it's like, it's very flattering kind of being compared to the artists that, you know, people comment saying that I'm like, but I don't know, I was kind of thinking about it, and I was thinking like, I think sometimes as like a new artist who is kind of trying, and I've talked to my friends who also make music, who also get the same kind of comparison stuff. And I think that like when you're trying to be a new artist and you're kind of trying to do your own thing, sometimes it can be like, you know, it can sometimes not be like the best kind of feedback, because you're like, oh, like, damn it, like, am I not different enough? Am I so similar to this person? It's like, it's not like a bad thing, because I think that that's what people, you know, people do that because they want to kind of know, and I do that when I listen to someone new. I'm like, oh, it kind of sounds like this. But I think that like if the people who were commenting on it were like in the artist position, and they had people saying that to them, I feel like they would maybe not comment on it in that way, if you kind of get me. Say what? A woman versus Brazil. You're like, woo! I would love to come to Brazil. Thank you very much.